is assignment 5, creating organizational units, group policy objects, and mandatory profiles. First thing you want to do is create an organizational unit. So click Start, go to Administrative Tools, then Active Directory, Users and Computers. We want to enable Advanced View, so we go View, Advanced Features. So we right click, select New, then select Organizational Unit. Let's create a unit that contains local profiles. Click OK. Now if you wanted to delete this, say if you're not happy with the name, you right click, select Properties, select Object, and uncheck this. Protect object from accidental deletion. Okay, we'll have clicked apply and then OK. So let's add a user. So go to New, User. Click Next. Next and finish. Now let's log into the Windows 7 machine with this profile. Here we see local profile. So click OK, OK. Close. And we can log off the machine now. Now we can create child organizational units within this organizational unit. Do so by right clicking, selecting New, and again New Organizational Unit. So if you wanted to distinguish between users that can log into all machines and users say that can only log into the Windows 7 machine, you can give an appropriate name. Click OK. And here we see New Organizational Unit for just Windows 7 users. Now let's create an organizational unit for mandatory users. So then go select New, click OK. Now let's create a profile path within the server directory. Click New Folder. Let's share the folder now. Supposed to be shared as well. Yes. We'll copy the UNC path to the share, but we'll exclude the .v2. So you can go here or here. next. Click next, finish. The profile path, paste, and then click apply, and then OK. Now let's log into the Windows Server machine with this user profile, make some changes, and make the user mandatory. Let's change the theme. Close. And we'll log off for now. Go to the server side. Let's just show hidden files and folders. So we see the NT user.dat file which was modified. But first let's change some permissions. So click start, run. Click OK. Go to file, click load hive, and browse for that file, the NT user.dat file. So we give it the name mandatory and click OK. Right click, select permissions, right click remove, can remove as well. Check full control, click apply, and then click OK. Then we unload the hive. Close the registry editor. Here we see some transaction files. And now let's rename the NT user.dat to NT user.man. Click yes, yes. Now let's log into the Windows Server machine to see if the mandatory profile has been created. And here we see mandatory as the type. Now let's just change the theme to see if the changes will be kept or if they will be discarded. So we'll log off and log back in. So we see the changes have been discarded that we previously made, and what we had originally configured, which was the theme, the classic theme, as well as the computer icon on the desktop that we created for the mandatory profile has been kept. So let's log off and add a couple users so that they can use this mandatory profile. So switch to the server. Click next, finish. Notice the profile path. So let's add another user. Click next, finish. Again, the profile path, the ULC path, again points to the mandatory profile folder that we created, which is this folder here. Now let's log in using this first profile. See if we can change this now. And keep the current changes. Log out and log back in. So we have successfully created a mandatory profile for multiple users. So you can log off. Now we can edit, let's say, a group policy object for all users. We do so by clicking Start, and then go to Group Policy Management. You can either edit here, right click, select Edit, or if you wish, you can go to Group Policy Objects, right click, select Edit from here. So let's see what we can change. So let's turn on desktop gadgets for all users. Double click. Right. So if we enable it, it will, all desktop gadgets will not be available to the user. So we click enable, apply, okay. We have the option to export the list. You also have here, if you right click to back up this GPO setting, or import from settings. That is, if you had a previous group policy object that you would like to import. So let's enforce it. And now let's go over to the Windows 10 machine using the mandatory profile as well as the local profile to see if we have access to desktop gadgets. I click select gadgets. Here we get the message that it is managed by the administrator. So click close, log off. Let's see for the local profile now. So again, it is applied to all users within the domain. Click close. You can log off this. Now if you wanted to create a new group policy object, you can go here, right click, select new, or right click on group policy object and select new. Let's say you wanted to change the appearance of the start menu. So you have no source data GPO, so you click OK. Right click, select edit. Right click, select new, select start menu, Windows Vista and later. You want to display everything as a menu. Click apply and then click OK and close this off. I just want to link it to the mandatory profile. So we right click and select link an existing GPO. Click OK. You can also, if you have more than one domain, check. So we click OK. and we want to enforce this, so we click enforce, click OK. So this should only be enforced from mandatory profile users. So let's see first with the local user. So we see these are still links. Let us make sure. Yes. Computer icon is displayed as a link, so no changes have been made. So let's see now if the group policy object has been applied to the mandatory user. Yes. So instead of showing up as a link, it now shows as a menu. The other files and folders within the computer. There are no recent items to display as we disable that. And the number of recent items to display in jump list has also been disabled in the group policy object. And this concludes OU's GPOs and mandatory profiles.